Welcome everyone back to another summer edition, vacation edition of the Running Club podcast episode. I hope everyone's doing well. My name is Yang Yang, president of Running Club. My co-host Thomas Kawase.
Yeah.
And third co-host Issa Pineda. We are doing amazing today. We are at Hermosa Beach. Another vacation edition, our bonus episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're going to talk about...
On our rest days, what do you guys like to do? I love being here, relaxing. Usually I drive like pretty far. I live in Walnut, so usually it's about an hour away. But I grew up in Foster City and Lagoon. So what do you guys like to do during your rest days? I like to bike too.
I mean, today we're kicking it at the beach. I usually like to bike with my headphones in and just listen to podcasts. I know I've been listening to a shit ton of podcasts recently. Probably a good hour or two a day. Different ones. I've been editing the Running Club stuff, so I've been rewatching that. I've been listening to Tiger Belly, Brilliant Idiots, Gary V audio experience, other just random podcasts, and just chilling on the bike, or just or even on my free time. What I've recently been doing is just doing DoorDash and then listening to podcasts.
I don't. Money, right?
That's not really a rest, but I don't know. I'm just doing that just because I have free time right now.
For sure.
How about you, Issa?
Yeah. So on my rest days, I find running is really therapeutic for me. I really like running and just getting outdoors as much as possible, just to get all my energy out and all my thoughts out. Because sometimes my thoughts can be racing, but when I run, those thoughts kind of subside and I can actually focus on myself, which is pretty cool. Which again is not what a lot of people think of a rest day. Normally people they might lay down, they might read a book, but I really like exercising and going out and having a good time.
Yeah, that's lit.
Yeah.
For sure. I feel like running is such a nice sport because you can just relax. Put on some earbuds, there's no race.
What do you think is the most important thing about a rest day?
Being relaxed. I feel like you definitely have to be relaxed. Also, make sure you're eating healthy too, because it's very easy to just drink soda on your rest day.
Yeah, and just get lost in the rest.
Yeah, get lost in the rest. And the hardest part, I think, is getting back up back on your training program.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you take that rest day, it depends on how long you take the rest day, but getting back to it is the hardest.
Nice.
And some people, do you guys ever have the problem where you cannot stop running? They're every day I have to go out. And
no, I had that in sophomore year, where I was just addicted,
right? And you're I cannot stop.
But I don't know, you really have to be in that momentum of it.
For sure.
For me, it goes on a cycle. Sometimes I'm really motivated to the point where I'll join a few races within the month or a couple months. But sometimes it'll be that time of year where I'm just focusing on myself, focusing on my school, where I won't be running too much. But yeah, so it's not really a perfect system, but yeah.
No, races help with motivation for sure. That's why I'm gonna do the virtual race on the Strand.
And Coach Druten, there you got Coach Druten. If you're listening, West Torrance, let's strip. Thomas is ready.
Yeah, bro, I'm ready.
He's ready. And you guys bet on a lot of things.
All right.
So, any plans for you guys? Any 5Ks or anything you guys looking forward to? Marathons?
Do you know? I was thinking the marathon and stuff. We really don't know when it's gonna come back.
Exactly.
So I feel people have to start challenging themselves. You gotta set a time or a goal that you think you can hit, and then make it exciting for yourself. Because it's just gonna be harder to come across a race.
Yeah, you're your own motivation right now. You gotta find it within yourself. But I heard of this Batman marathon happening in Los Angeles.
What's that?
The Batman marathon. So it's just the name of the marathon, and once you finish, they'll give you a batarang as your trophy.
Medal.
Or as your medal. Yeah.
That's chill.
Yeah, I know. So once marathons come back, I'm gonna look into that. There's also a Superman one, and personally, I'm a Superman fan.
I'm more Batman.
Yeah, I know that's a little basic. But
well, I'm not even DC at all, man. Marvel all the way, man.
Superman's a little cliche, but yeah, everybody likes Batman.
I love Spider-Man.
Spider-Man? Alright.
Alright, I was thinking
Tom Holland?
thinking about this topic, like this past week, like
Okay.
what do you think we could do in the future from like the skills that we're taking from like being on this running club? Like,
I mean, this podcast and everything, like, and running everything,
just
right?
the whole thing. Because in general, I realized, like, honestly, if like I move somewhere, right? Like, let's say I move to like Texas or something, I feel like I could start a running club. You know what I mean? Like, cause we really just like ran the UCR one. Like, it was tough to keep it maintained and stuff, but I feel like it's possible to just create your own running clubs wherever you are.
I think so too, but I think, well, for me, I think, you learn so many skills and stuff, and the reason why you're able to do that is because we develop communication skills. We have the drive for it, our passion for it, right? And we're always innovating and doing new things, right? And so
just trying new things out.
and trying new things, right? Because we never really think about, hey, like, we really would start this actually. Like, it just came out like this year, because like this is our almost like third and final year right now. So literally, this is just something that I felt we definitely can take for the workforce, no matter where we're going, and you're gonna be successful. Like, both of us are gonna be successful wherever.
Yeah,
because we have that.
Yeah, we definitely learned a lot just in the process of creating this podcast. I think it's gonna give us an edge against people who aren't like necessarily prepared to be in front of a camera or something like that. But I feel like there's definitely skills that we could take to like the next stage or whatever. Like, what do you think?
Okay, so when it comes down to running club, I think one of the most valuable things I learned is that when you're doing anything, whether in your education or in the professional field, just try to find somebody that you personally can click with and like on an actual real level, because that'll take you farther than anything where you can get truly invested into something. So like, if you like a person or people and they like you back, you guys are gonna have this like mutual relationship where you guys want to help each other out like in the best way possible without like any expectations or anything. I think that's one of the most valuable things I'm gonna take from this club, because meeting new people, and then them wanting the best for me and then me wanting the best for them. That's the best kind of relationship in my opinion. That's what I've learned.
Dude, yeah, because every new member in this club is just like, it's just fun. Like, we're there to help them out, and they're there to like make the community better. You know what I mean? Like, there's like, it's just give and give in running club. So like, it's definitely applicable like to the future. Like, I really think I feel like we have the experience in running club, like just being an officer, like to even train someone new or like.
For sure, we're passing it down to the new people, and I feel like you guys have so much to learn from it too.
Yeah, but even like teaching you guys is like training for us, because like we're learning how to like
we're trying to transition right now. They just did an interview with me, and not too long ago.
It'll probably come out before this.
Oh, it will.
I mean, or maybe right after.
Yeah. Oh, really? Well, but they've done an interview, and the transition of this is just phenomenal. I think trying to play around, like making sure everything goes smooth, because we really need to think ahead, and we want this podcast to live on to like 100, 200, 1,000 episodes, right? Yeah. For years to come. And so definitely, like, even running club being here for over 10 years is phenomenal if you think about it, because so many, like, my fraternity started in 2015. Like, they started the chapter 2015, and fairly new, but there's so many different people that have changed, each different classes and stuff. Now, with running club, like, we don't have any of those classes, but I like to say, like, our officer team is kind of like a class and a class and a class, if you think about it, because every year it's so different. We have so many new people, and the dynamic every year is a lot different too. Me and Thomas have gone through it with two different presidents, so we know how different it is. And we've heard so much about the previous administration before us even coming too.
Yeah, it's honestly impossible to predict who's going to be joining and like what type of people will be joining. Some years we had a bunch of low groups and like a bunch of girls, and then like last year we only had like four girls or something like that. And it's different every year, and like every year has taught us something for sure. Like,
we really don't know like what we're gonna get. We're also are working too, so it's like we never like balancing the work schedule is also a big challenge. I feel like that's one of the biggest challenges for us too. But I love how like we have the passion for it. We do so much commitment towards this. I feel like this week alone, we probably committed 4 or 5 hours actually. Usually we don't commit that much, but we just love it so much. In the beginning, our commitment was only like 1 or 2 hours, but now it's like what, like 4 to 5 hours now.
But it's just setting it up though. Like
it's because we're just setting it up, and literally we're just loving what we're doing.
we're doing 4 hours now, so in the future it's just 30 minutes instead of an hour. And like, because the editing has been faster, creating like ideas has been faster, even getting guests has been faster.
Definitely, our networking stuff. Yeah, definitely.
Like,
Now, my question for Issa and our future. So like we've been traveling a lot, right? Like we've been to Hermosa, Crystal Cove, we're all over Southern California, even Joshua Tree. Like, I know you're not the vet planner, but what is like something that you look forward to when we get back to your senior year or junior year? When you
Okay, so unfortunately, coronavirus hit almost right as we were going to go to Big Bear.
Yeah.
So we planned a yearly retreat to Big Bear, and that was much anticipated. And unfortunately, I couldn't partake in it. And I just like from what I know from what you guys have said, what other officers have said, like that's one of like the best trips. And I unfortunately missed out this past year, but that's one of the things I'm looking forward to like the most. Yeah, and like not only Big Bear, but like we also missed out on our banquet. That'd be cool too. I want to plan that out as best as possible so we can enjoy that too. And like going camping. I mean, all these
life skills. It's all about life skills and living.
all these like socials and retreats, they all like bring us together, and it's just a really good time. Like that's something I look forward to.
what do you hope to see in like the future of the podcast? Like maybe like you have like a certain guest or like a certain skill you want to develop. Like, is there anything specific you hope to see in the future for like the podcast?
Yeah, personally, like I want to get better at speaking to our guests, making sure like our podcasts come out like as clear as possible with their questions and how our guest feels and how they're responding, how we're responding. Make sure all like the little things turn out so it becomes like one cohesive, good podcast. That's what I hope for the podcast in the future.
I feel like you definitely get there.
Yeah.
Like it really like first 5 maybe we were kind of just like skateboarding. Like we didn't know
we really didn't know what to do.
we were just free for all like.
But over time, we really built it up.
We figured out what we liked. Like,
and still, I'll be honest with you, we're still figuring it out, honestly. Right
yeah,
now,
we're still making mistakes.
Yeah.
We're still making mistakes.
And it's good to make mistakes. We're in college right now, and mistakes should be made. So then you come back even stronger.
And every mistake we make just sets us up to be able to like help Issa not make that mistake. Like,
for sure.
Or just like know how to deal with that.
And for sure, you got to make some mistakes. Some stuff that isn't successful. Some stuff that like maybe you don't have that many members for. Why? Well, you got to learn why, right? Like maybe you didn't promote it well. Maybe you didn't. Like these kind of mistakes are supposed to be made for these organizations. So then you actually come back even stronger, right? And we're doing the best we can right now, and I think we're doing a really great job. And traditions are supposed to be met, and we've kept that. So I love that.
All right. So that's a good episode today. Like.
So we'll end it with the final kick. So Thomas, you're the only one that hasn't done the like. You've been doing the final kick, and it's your segment. You've been asking questions. Now it's my turn to ask you some questions. Me and Issa. Let's go back and forth. All right.
Okay.
All right. First stop. Hermosa or Redondo?
Hermosa.
Okay, Apple or Samsung?
Samsung.
Gatorade or Powerade?
Gatorade.
Rain or shine?
Shine.
On my rest days, I like to kind of repetitive, but
Bike and podcast.
Favorite song?
Cabin Fever.
favorite book?
The Hobbit.
Running or swimming?
Running.
I was about to be like, okay, never mind. Sorry, I thought you said something, but just like, Land or water?
Water.
Let's go. Okay. That's it. Wait.
Dream job?
Dream job. Okay.
Dream job. I'm gonna be
Affleck consultant. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna be a professional podcaster. Just kidding.
Yes.
One day.
All right.
So usually we end up with the final quote. Our quote today, definitely fly. I'm literally making up this on the spot. Fly high, achieve high. I don't know. I see the seagulls out here. That's why.
All right. That's a good way to end it.
That's all we have today. All right. Running Club
peace.
Podcast. Peace.
Yeah.
Hello, Running Club at UC Riverside fans. Daniel Yang here, president of Running Club. If you like that video that you just watched, smash that like button down below. If you'd like to see more podcast episodes and creative content, remember to hit that subscribe button right here. Thank you so much for watching.